Hey, this is Prometheus giving you another full scheme breakdown. This is once again going to be in the New Orleans playbook. It is Saints. The play set is going to be in the gun formation, Trey, open, Cowboy. And one thing I do want to point out, number 80 is the tight end, which is Jimmy Graham in the Saints. For some particular formation, they put the tight end, they put him on the split end side, on the left-hand side of the formation. So I like to take my tight ends and put them in the middle of the formation. That way, if I need the blocking, I have it there. So I'm going to go ahead and go with tight end slot. Let me go ahead and take a look at the audibles with you. All right, so the audibles on the Trey open Cowboy, the gun Trey open Cowboy, it comes with a standard slip screen. That's really great. Something I don't have to worry about selecting. I've got a slip screen off to the left-hand side. Another monster run with the inside zone. You got 4 verticals. There's many ways you can manipulate that. And then what I like about this play is you got the play action cross. So let's take a look at some of the base plays I'll select. All right, so 2 of the base plays that I would select either are going to be the halfback angle, or I would actually go ahead and use the wide receiver screen. I like this because I can actually attack the right side of the field. I've got the slip screen and actually complement on the left side of the field. So it's actually a nice little way to attack your opponent underneath on the left and to the right with a slip screen. I could conversely pick a draw play, but really the screens are going to be just as effective against zone coverage against your opponent. So let's just go with the halfback or wide receiver screen. All right, so wide receiver screen, basically I'm going to try to use this to attack my opponent if he uses a lot of zone coverage, because in zone coverage you're going to get the blocking and be able to cut this up for a huge gain, as you can see right there against my opponent. And if you wanted to go ahead and add an additional blocker, what you could do is you could take your running back and put him on the wheel route, motion him over, and you got that 4th blocker that's really going to be able to open up the play dramatically with that additional blocker. Now, conversely, with your opponent, if they start defending, coming down, looking for that wide receiver screen, you can do a slip screen the other way, and it's just going to be another screen that your opponent actually has to defend against. Right there, I actually got a nice little broken tackle to be able to take that up for some good yards. If your opponent starts cheating over to the left-hand side, you go back to that slip screen again, you get that blocking up at the next level, and you can actually go ahead and hit them really for some big yards the other way. Now, if your opponent starts spreading out his line, what you can do is just simply go with the inside zone. It's always been a very good running play. Get very good blocking. Just another thing that your opponent's going to have to defend against. You can see right here, I got the inside zone, able to pick up an easy 10 yards. You really got that 3-headed attack with the screen and with the inside zone. It's really going to cause your opponent a lot of problems. So let's go ahead and take a look at the pass plays so you can get the ball down the field. All right, so the second passing play that you can actually go into besides the halfback slip screen is the 4 verticals. And this is just a standard passing play that essentially you're going to be seeing a lot as far as breakdowns. Now, what I like to do is I want to go ahead. I've got the play action cross dig. It focuses on the left side of the field with the play action play. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and focus on the right side. So I can do so by the following. First and foremost, I'm going to go ahead and keep my running back into block. That way I've got a little bit more time. I'll take my tight end, put him in a flat. I'm going to go ahead and take Cooks and put him on a deep comeback route. My reads are going to be the following. We'll look at the tight end first, see if he is covered. If there's nobody that's covering my tight end, I'm going to go ahead and hit him in the flat. My next progression is to see if the corner, somebody comes down to actually take away the flat. I'm going to go ahead and look at Colston in the slot wide receiver, see what's going on with him, see if anybody follows or if he falls into a seam, and go ahead and rifle the ball to him. And then finally, Cooks should be wide open on the comeback route. Now, if I have enough time, if I'm going to hurry up offense, I could take Stills and put him on a deep slant route as a progression to read. But we'll go ahead and we're going to focus on the right side. So once again, I'm going to look at the tight end, and if he's open, I'll take my easy 6-7 yards with that. I'm going to watch the tight end. Tight end actually gets covered but man, but what I can do is actually hit that deep comeback route, and as you can see right there, I was able to go ahead and get a big play because of the coverage. So my goal is to look for the holes. As you can see right here, that deep comeback route is going to get into a nice little hole against certain zone coverages. And if I do get a press, generally I can actually go ahead and hit the middle of the seam on a cover 2 shell. And if my opponent starts flooding the left-hand side, I always can go ahead and hit that slant route over the middle with the other wide receiver. So let's go ahead and take a look at the play action cross. All right, and the last audible that I want to break down is going to be play action cross dig. And basically I'm going to be focusing on the levels concept with the tight end actually doing that angled crossing route over the middle. And then I've got the deep dig route by Colston, which is a slot wide receiver. And then I've got the outside receiver Cooks that is actually doing a kind of a drag route. But as you can see, it's not necessarily a stock drag route. And what I like to do is I like to go ahead and turn it into a standard audible drag route. The reason why is a faster and quicker release, and it gives me my wide receiver going in the middle over the zone so I can actually hit the dig route with more confidence. Reads are going to be the following. I'm going to go ahead and watch Colson or watch Cooks and see if he gets followed by his corner. If he gets followed by his corner, then essentially that means I've got man-on-man coverage, and I can actually go ahead and look at Cooks and see if he gets a free release, or I'm going to go ahead and look up to Graham and take the better of the two options. Conversely, if it is still man coverage, I can always go back and hit Colson with a down pass lead right before he makes his break. That's actually going to be a money route. If it's zone coverage, I've got 3 wide receivers going to crossing zones, and I can either hit high or low across the middle. And then finally, I've got Stills doing the deep route across the middle. So we're just going to go ahead and cancel out the play action. As you can see right here, able to go ahead and hit Graham over the middle, but he actually dropped the pass. I'm going to make the quick adjustment and go ahead and cancel that run out. And right here, Graham's able to pick up a really big chunk of change right there with 21 yards because of the way the zone. Once again, I'm going to go ahead and take that I'm going to take that in route and turn it into a stock drag route or audible drag route, and I can actually hit that underneath to be able to pick up some pretty good yards. And you can see I've got my tight end is actually blocking for me, so I might be able to get some more yak. If the defender actually follows, I've got the dig route on man coverage, and that's a nice little route to be able to go do against your opponent. And sometimes, depending on coverage, you can take a pop up top with your fast wide receiver. Let's see if I was able to go ahead and get the play I did. So that's just another thing that your opponent has to cover against. So I want to go ahead and just break down one other bonus play against with this scheme. Primarily because I just think it's a nice little compliment that you can have to it. So let's go ahead and take a look at this last. Now, a halfback angle is just another play that you want to have in your playbook, primarily because of the angle route. You also have that unique little a C route off the left-hand side, but you could do certain things such as put your tight end on a hitch route. But that angle route is just going to be another play or another area of the field that your opponent has to defend against. So if you went out and you came out your base play, you did a couple of wide receiver screens, your opponent actually has to defend against it. You can come back to this and hit them with an angle route to be able to pick up some pretty easy yards in just an underneath route. If you do like this kind of a breakdown and schemes, hit the like button. Also comment, just let me know that you want more MUT schemes, and I'll go ahead and break that down. But my plan is to go ahead and run this online ranked with the Saints, and you can see how these schemes and how these plays worked out, whether they were successful for me or not. Once again, I really appreciate your support. Hit that like button, comment, and if you're new to my channel and you want more tips and strategies, go ahead and subscribe. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate all my subscribers. Until next time.